Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to the QuadR podcast. Again, I'm on the road one more time. This time I'm just outside beautiful Moni, Illinois. So, welcome, Roy. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. We got out of work a little early today, so I'm fresh,
Oh,
rested.
yeah, that's
Nice.
nice. This new job requires work. So, on a normal day, I would have been able to watch a whole bunch of international wrestling, but this whole new gig is all work all the time. So I'm still catching up. But Roy, you want to go ahead and give the opening shot?
Okay, welcome to the QuadR podcast. I'm your host, Roy Nyberg, along with my co-host, Ralph Nyberg. We aim to keep our finger on the pulse of you, the wrestling community. We do quotes, we do previews, we do all sorts of stuff. We could find us on X, on YouTube, and to a lesser extent on TikTok.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of errors on my TikTok uploads, so I don't know what's going on with that, man. Shadow ban, not even
That's
shadow;
like
it's
a
just like legit ban from good friends at TikTok. So I'm not sure. We don't
we planted the seed.
right. We don't draw huge
Wow.
numbers there. Did X kick over?
What do you mean kick over? We're live on X
We
too.
are live on X. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I scheduled it. I'm a little
Oh, I
monitor
got you.
limited. I don't have like five monitors when I'm at the hotel scene. So I've got it hooked up to the hotel TV over here. I got a little monitor here, so I got some monitor action going on. Not the full certain things I just have to believe are happening. So audience, please, if anything is going wrong with the audio or anything else, please jump in the YouTube chat and let myself and Roy know, and then we will endeavor to persevere and fix whatever that might happen to be. But happy Wednesday, everyone. Another exciting week of wrestling happened, and another exciting week of wrestling is happening. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right. So we'll kick things off at 125 with the quotes of the week. I just couldn't pick one. So we got a couple quotes for this week. RAF finalized their card, if RAF ever finalizes their card. So they announced their final card. So take bets on how much that will change. But we'll talk a little bit about RAF. We got a new matchup for Keegan O'Toole, so that's kind of exciting. Um, Michigan beat at 49, 157 to the Cali beat, 165. Talk about some of the upcoming duels, give maybe some small thoughts. 174 is a scratch, got a impetigo or something, and unable to might be
Yeah.
ringworm. Well, we just didn't let him on the bus. So 184, we got the duel of the week and weekly wager, and then everybody's favorite. And Royce says it's going to be action packed this week, coming in heavy Chevys. We got the best of social. So all right, awesome. Should be a fun show. Hopefully, my microphone battery lasts for the entire show this time. All right, first quote of the week. This is from Brock Hardy, Nebraska wrestler, runner up NCAAs last year. But he said, I think I would trade all 100 wins for a dual win against Iowa. I thought it was an interesting quote for a couple of different reasons. One, it shows you that these guys really are just sort of like, you know, they're young guys, I mean, Brock's not that young, but they're young guys and they're team guys, right? They are really college athletes, right? When you're young and everything, like that dual meet win against Iowa is like a big, big deal to him, right? When you're like in your
Hmm?
50s, like me, things that happened in college and, you know, high school and things are a little less consequential, but it is cool to see that, like, these guys really think about like the value of that team victory and things like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. Um, and then also like, dang, it must be frustrating to have such good teams and never beat Iowa in
Yeah.
a 6 year career. What did you think about that, Roy?
So they're 0-6 against Iowa, or maybe even worse because of extra duels.
Yeah, or well, they don't necessarily meet every year, right? Because there's only 8 Big Ten duels a year. I
Ooh,
don't know exactly what his record is, but
yeah.
I know
Well,
it's 0 and something.
yeah, it's 0 something. When I was at Penn, we did beat Cornell, and that was the
Nice.
first time. I think the last time we beat Cornell for like I guess I don't think we beat him since then, actually. and I didn't get close to 100 wins, so I can speak to the other side of this equation. It was nice to beat Cornell.
Yeah. They also thought of the other thing I thought about this, and it's not like a knock on them at all, but like, this isn't the kind of thing that anybody at Penn State ever would think about, right? They beat everybody, so like they
Well,
never
you
have
remember,
that thing to
um,
chase, right?
yeah, yeah. Remember earlier in the year when Iowa State beat Iowa, and
Mm-hmm.
David Carr was in the audience, and it seemed like it was very meaningful for him,
Yeah,
even though no longer on the team and he's having his own great senior level career, but he was there with his cell phone,
yeah.
soaking it all in. Big
No,
deal.
it is a big deal, and it's cool that it is, right? I mean, when you see like these like thousands of people in the the college football portal and stuff like that, it's like I don't know what it is, like 40%. I don't know, some ridiculous percentage of players that are just like cashing in and transferring around and stuff like that. But it's just not like that in the smaller Olympic sports and things like that. So very cool. Maybe Brock will get this as a coach. Maybe he'll be that
Yeah.
David Carr in the audience on his cell phone with his kid in his arm, and just we finally did it. So good luck, Brock. You don't have to quit now just because you're out of eligibility. You can still keep going
Right.
after that dream. And then the other one was from today. It's from Austin DeSanto from the Hawkeye Wrestling Club, RAF, International World Intercontinental Champion as well. So belt holder in RAF. I said on the clock, it said I was winning, so I stopped wrestling.
We got to explain a little bit what happened. So
Yeah, give it to us.
Austin DeSanta had a match at I think it's called the Zagreb Open
Yeah,
or
against
ranking series.
Iran. Yeah,
Yeah, and so he's wrestling. A lot of points are being scored. It's 11-11, and his number is underlined, which means he has criteria. And there were 4 seconds left, so he just didn't. He played defense for the last 4 seconds to win his match. And then they had like a 5 minute long official review and changed the criteria to the Iranian.
right.
And match just ended, and Austin was asking for his 4 seconds back because Austin
Right.
he wrestles, and they denied him. And yeah, that's a lesson, I suppose.
Yeah, right. So protect yourself at all times. Never stop wrestling. Like, I was kind of funny because I was scrolling through Twitter the other day and like, and it was like an AJ Brzezinski was a quote about the time when like remember in the World Series of playoffs when he
Oh
like
yeah,
swung and like whatever just
oh
started
that.
running, freaked out the ref or the ump, and like he ended up on first base and then the Sox won the game or something, and like so it's just sort of like this like you know the idea that he said I stopped wrestling is kind of funny. Never stop
Well,
wrestling, but also like
it's
it
Austin
was a
DeSanto.
big comeback, right? So like the other guy was just dead, and so he was like came back the whole match. So he probably could have scored more. Even with only 4 seconds, the other guy was just completely exhausted. So I think there was some legitimacy to his like desire to have those 4 seconds.
Well, to flip it around a little bit, if he was winning on criteria and there were 4 seconds left, and he totally steamrolled the guy for 2 more points, they would have never like given
Yeah,
him the
right.
end of it. What the hell are you doing, man? Um,
Or if he gave up a
anyway,
sloppy move, right? Just a sloppy two,
right.
like yeah, right. There wasn't any reason for him to wrestle those last 4 seconds. The other guy was completely tired and like he was the winner of the match. So
And by the way, it is the official rule that when they change a call on a review, they go back to that time to re-wrestle because they understand that the score changes how you wrestle. So
right.
this whole thing was a myth.
But cheaters proof, he ended up with the gold anyway. So good on him.
Somehow.
So anyway, I'm just glad that Austin DeSanto is like having success and like wrestling well in freestyle and both in RAF and internationally. He's one of those tweener guys. He's probably too small for 65 and too big for 57, but um, those are weights where USA does pretty well. So, all right, cool. All right, RAF 6. So now I'm pretty bummed that we don't get Shemizo. So, but Keegan O'Toole is now wrestling with has a match against Sakazanov, who beat James Green, right? Like,
I'm not sure.
I think I think he beat James Green on criteria. I believe at one of the rafts, but um, yeah, still excited to see Keegan wrestle. Still excited to see how fit and in shape and motivated he is. Hopefully, this is
Right. That's the big question.
right.
Is his heart in it, or is he being a professional wrestler?
Right. A professional wrestler, right? Does he need a new set of snow tires, or are we going for that Olympic strap? But we'll see. But yeah, that's exciting. There's the whole card was announced, so um, I almost like I feel like RAF always delivers, right? So like, doesn't even really matter what's on this card. From somehow they they produce an excellent card. So um, and with their production value and everything. So individually look at some of these matchups, and you're like, that's not necessarily the most interesting matchup to me. But then the event happens. So what are your top two matches here that you're interested in seeing?
Well, I'm interested to see Bryce Meredith. He hasn't been on a RAF card before, so I'm just overall interested in seeing like a bigger roster.
Mm-hmm.
And Henry Cejudo. Um, he's a former Olympic champion,
Right.
and he hasn't wrestled in a long time. Who knows what that's going to be like? He might be like awesome, or he might not.
Right. I mean, he's like his brother's like the head coach at Valiant, I think, right? Like I think he's still in the community, right? But yeah, certainly hasn't competed in a long time. I feel like I want to see Buchanan wrestle again.
Yeah.
He looked great in his last match, and like if that's another guy who is going to compete, at 97, with Schneider and uh, whomever else ends up at that weight, that's fun to watch. And I guess I want to see Jordan Oliver and Bo Bartlett get it
Yeah.
on, and like we'll see. That's will Bo Bartlett allow Jordan Oliver to implement the same strategy that he's used to defeat Rio Woods twice? And because at this point, that's what we're waiting for.
Right.
Get that last second push out. So, but I mean, Cotty and Wicks, a good, interesting fight. Uh, Valencia, who just took another loss, right? Today or yesterday, against the Prince of Egypt. So there's some fun cards. And again, with the production, RAF seems to always deliver regardless of what the card might look like or whoever misses weight or anything. So, all right, on the Michigan beat. So, chips are going down to Edwardsville. So, that should be, I think that might be might have got snowed out. I can't remember. Like, or maybe they met at the duels, but SIUE's got some tough wrestlers for sure. Um, I'll hopefully be this Friday at Ann Arbor. That's the general plan. I don't see anything stopping me. The final home duel against Penn State. It would be cool to see Michigan win a match.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they're the favorite at heavyweight. I mean, they just took out,
Right.
Feldman, so I feel like they're the favorite there. Um, Other than that, they're probably not going to be the favorite, but it would be pull one out. Sparty's got probably a pretty angry Iowa squad on Sunday, so we'll actually I think the Iowa Ohio State duel with who's hurt and who's wrestling, who's not could be interesting, but um, I don't know if I'll head over to Lansing for that. I have to see. I have to be in Detroit next week, so maybe I'll just like go and then stay in Lansing and then continue on to Detroit the next day. So we'll see. Up in the air on that, but with the amount of travel I'm already doing, throwing in a few extra days, it's probably not going to fly real well with Amy. So we'll see. Grandview Open for the GVSU women, and then the men are heading down to Indianapolis for the Greyhound Duel. What's happening over in Cali?
All right. Well, Stanford is off this week. So this is their next duel, which is next Friday versus Pitt. Pitt always has a couple ranked guys, I think Stout at 97, um, and a couple other ranked guys. Stanford should be favored in this duel. It'll be at home. I will be there. So you'll get a full report on the Sunday sudden victory. And they're
Nice.
off Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, I shot. There was this great video. It was probably 2 years ago, so it was like Brooks and Carter and a gal, and I was like sitting front row at Michigan, and like and they walked out like in this low line, like Penn State did. It was sort of like this murderer's row, it was like AB Carter, and it was a pretty cool video that I shot. So, but yeah, it'll be fun to see Penn State. I mean, obviously they're wrestling well, and we'll see if they're still angry. TBD. Other duels happened this week. So Ohio State and Iowa. We'll talk about that one in a little bit more detail. Michigan, Penn State, obviously, is probably going to be not real close on the scoreboard, but it's gonna feature a ton of ranked wrestlers, so should be a good duel. NC State, Pitt, Little Rock versus Oklahoma State. Obviously, this isn't all the duels. And then Cornell takes on Penn for second
Yeah.
place in the Ivies, right?
Yeah. Columbia has beat both of them. So Columbia duel wise is first place in the Ivies. So this duel was traditionally for the Ivy Championship many years, but this year it is for second place.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of winding it down. I mean, we're not that far from conferences and things like that. When I got the email from Michigan today, it's like wrapping up the home season. And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that Stanford versus Pitt is wrapping up Stanford's home season.
yeah, pretty wild. So we're getting close. I mean, this should be a great tournament. So many good
Yeah,
wrestlers, so many good storylines.
that's good you mentioned that. If you haven't been to a duel yet this year and you're listening to this,
Right.
there
Yeah,
there
you're
might
running
be
out of
only one.
time. Yeah, stop procrastinating. Get yourself out there. Watch some wrestling live. So our pick'em is going to be Iowa and Ohio State, right? Same rules as last week. Roy and I alternate weights. So we're going to use Wrestle Madness. We're logged in as the QuadR account here, and then if you beat us, and then you reach out and tell us you beat us, then in fact we will um, send you a free hat. So anyway, super easy to use Wrestle Madness. Create an account. Once you have an account, you just click on the events link up here in the top right. And then to join the tournament, you just go ahead and click on join. And then from there, you'll see everyone else who's entered. Actually, all right. And then to make your predictions, you just go over here to make predictions. I don't have my puck on me, Roy. So because it was my fault, I forgot it. I'm going to let you go first. Pick a weight,
Okay, so
break it down, and then pick our winner.
okay, I'll go at 133. We got Ben Davino for Ohio State,
Ooh,
undefeated redshirt freshman versus Drake Ayala, two-time NCAA finalist, currently ranked eighth with I don't know what his exact record is right now, but it's something like 9-5 or something.
yeah.
But he's really good, two-time
And he's
finalist.
wrestling well, putting up points,
Yes,
scoring.
he's been on the upswing. But I think Ben Davino is the real deal, a threat to win 133. So I'm going to go with Ben Davino from
We're
Ohio
going to go
State.
with
We are, yeah.
by
Winner by major decision.
major. Ooh, wow. That's bold. Um, I'm going to go with 141. Two-time defending champion Jesse Mendez, who's finally wrestling for the people who feed him. He's just been smashing everyone. This is another chance to really not to put a notch in his belt towards the Hodge. Another quality opponent. Nasir Bailey, another top 15 opponent, and he's going to want to make a statement, and he is going to get the tech fall. My opinion.
Okay. Um, I'll go just to the next weight, 149. Ethan Styles from Ohio State versus either Ryder Block or Kale Voinovich. Um, this one is kind of a coin flip to me. Ethan Styles hasn't been wrestling a lot, and
And not
by
wrestling
the
great
rank,
either.
yeah. Um, and there's this whole Block is one of our rumblers. Voinovich is he seems like one of those people, the Voinovich brothers. Like when they get into the lineup, they somehow do something good,
Yeah, they
but
compete.
somehow, yeah, they compete. So I'm gonna go with Iowa on this one, whether it's Block or Voinovich. I don't know yet, and this will be a decision.
All right, that's fair. I think I probably would have gone that direction too. Um, let's bounce around a little bit. So Carson Karchla versus Patrick Kennedy. A couple guys who like to stand and hand fight and
Yeah,
bump heads for entire match. Karchla's had some big wins, right? So
yeah.
there's also he split with Minto. He's wrestled Haynes stuff. Uh, I mean, Patrick Kennedy did lose to MJ Gaitan in a big duel, but I think Patrick Kennedy's going to get this done by decision. I have more confidence Kennedy will rise to the occasion, although I'm certainly don't have a high level of confidence in that particular.
Okay. I'll jump up to heavyweight.
Ooh.
Nick Feldman, coming off a loss to Tay, right? Ranked number three on this WrestleStat thing. Who knows what the rankings will be after that loss? Versus Ben Keeter from Iowa, ranked number nine. Ben Keeter, he's a talent. He's really good. Nick Feldman seems like he sometimes drop matches here and there, but I don't think he drops a match to Ben Keeter. This will be a decision for Ohio State, Nick Feldman.
Okay. Peter beat him last year, right? Pretty sure in the
Keeter
duel.
has beat him before.
Yeah. I think he has like Tay, he's got a little problem with that length, you know, sometimes. I don't know, but I think it's a solid pick. All right. I don't think Peterson's back. I don't know. They've got multiple Ohio State has the multiple quality choices at 125. Um, I picked Nick Buzakis by Tech, and he only got the major last time. So since I was going to pick him by major, I'm just going to bump this down to decision. I just got a feeling Joey
Okay.
Koo's going to slow things down, but uh, not win. So I'm going to go with Buzakis. I think it'll be a pretty controlled match, but just like a 7-2, like a big decision, but not a major decision.
Okay, that's fair. At 57, it could be Brandon Cannon versus Jordan Williams, or it could be Maddox Shaw versus Victor Voinovich. So this one's just all over the place.
Or any
What is even going to happen?
combination of that, right?
Any combination thereof. I don't think Cannon is going to wrestle, so I'm actually going to go with Iowa on this one by decision.
Yeah, I think for all the grief about how bad Jordan Williams and Sir Bailey have looked, I don't actually think they've actually looked that bad, honestly. And Jordan Williams is, yeah, I mean, I think Jordan Williams is the pick against Matt Akshaw. And yeah, heard stories about somebody said that Cannon was in a wheelchair a few weeks ago. So I think this injury is fairly significant. Probably see him in the tournament. Um, Patty Gallagher, Ethan Burden versus Michael Caliendo. Caliendo's he doesn't really lose to anybody except Mitchell Messenbrink.
Right.
Having a great season. I was going to need points here. Um, I feel like Caliendo is going to work hard for the tech, but he's just going to end up with a major here. But I do feel like we're going to get some bonus points here in this match, and Caliendo will continue to look like um, the first or second biggest threat to um, Mitchell Messenbrink. It's interesting, that I would love Mitchell have to go through Caliendo, and D Lockett to win, but probably those are going to be 2-3. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, I'll save the most interesting for last. So let's go to 197. Luke Giag or Seth Shoemate versus Brody Sampson from Iowa. Filling in for Endine, who we've covered. He's just gone. So Iowa used to have a top five guy at 97. So this is their backup. I don't think their backup is going to step up into that role of winning big matches and duels. So I'm going to go with Ohio State on this, either no matter who wrestles, by major decision.
Yeah, I think true. All right. Now, 184. Do we see Angelo Ferrari? Probably not. Do we? So we got Gabe Arnold.
Gabe Arnold.
Right away, I'm just going to mark this as a decision. I'm not
Correct.
foreseeing a huge amount. So Fishback gave up a late one to Brockman, Matt Nona against Michigan. Sort of, he kind of pulled the old Austin DeSanto and stopped wrestling, and gave up a late sort of go behind, sort of cheapy takedown. I mean, it was a takedown, but hopefully that was a lesson learned. I still feel like, man, this is just a toss-up match, and oh man, I just feel like Gabe's gonna get it done. This most
Yeah,
interesting man is gonna get it done by decision.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
He's
gonna
got to
happen.
complete his Sigma arc.
Yeah, and then so this is gonna save changes, and this is gonna give us, drum roll please, a 1916 victory for Ohio State Buckeye. So when you go through this, I think this duel really is in the balance. I mean, I
Oh,
think,
totally.
yeah. I mean, Ohio State's uh, got some good bonus opportunities, though. I mean, I think Jesse, Zakis, are definitely. You think Davino? Man, what was the score? They wrestled at the duels. Davino put it on pretty decent, I think. I got a couple
Yeah.
takedowns, but
One X factor that we have not factored into our picks is the Iowa Magic. Um,
Carver,
it's been fashionable to dump on them, and this is the worst year in the brand's tenure. But
right?
it seems like as soon as you count Iowa out, they show you that they're Iowa.
Yeah,
Like,
like they went up and did Nebraska dirty for
and they're
sure.
coming off a loss from Minnesota.
Yep,
So,
right. Patterns there. Very interesting. All right, take us on. The entire wrestling world's in there. Look, AJ Ferrari's in there. Cornell
hey,
Kevin. AJ someone. AJ.
hey, that's yeah, right. That's just a handle.
Jason Bryant's in there. JB in the house. I'm in there. You're in there. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. That is the duel of the week. We have to start figuring out what our weekly wager is going to be since we're picking the duel together.
Oh, no.
So what was our
How about Cornell versus Penn? Who do you want?
okay, I'll take Cornell.
All right, I'll take.
All right. We'll put it on the books. Cornell. They better not sit. All right, look at that. It's getting close. All right. All right. That's the social. You got it all. So probably gonna have to
Whoa.
start with you here. Look at that.
Okay, so the first one is the Splits remix that everyone was talking about. You got it there?
That's coming up. I
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, Nebraska wrestled Penn State this week. Penn State won big, but AJ won the last match at heavyweight and did his patented splits, even though Nebraska lost the duel. And what was hilarious about it was the Nebraska wrestlers were lining up to shake hands. And the coach was like telling him like, "Don't do the splits. We lost the duel. Don't do the splits." And but
Nice.
AJ was just having none of it.
None of it. It's not letting me bring up
Not
AJ
voting.
Split in here. Give me the right one. I'm sure you did. It's just this hotel
Yeah,
Wi-Fi is complaining. Let me shut some stuff down. If that helps.
this post is from Gif Tannen, who I hadn't heard of before this week, but I'm getting into. He kind of remixes these videos to
All
make
right.
them
Well, we're
fun.
gonna have to go to the next one.
All right, let's see. Maybe it's the video. Let's try
Let me. Well,
Revan.
I'll click over to mine, see if we're getting any love on my side. No, this is crazy. What's going on? Let
Is
me.
clicking on them on my end and they're loading, so it's the link is
Right.
fine.
I wonder if it's like a. Let's
They
see.
banned X in your state.
Copy that link. And then experimenting here. What if I come over here? Bring this bad boy here. Paste them in. Not do anything for us.
Hmm. Oh, it looks like it's trying.
It's trying. Oh, here we go.
All right, so I just like that he zooms in here on Brock Hardy. You'll see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Then it's
then
like,
his teammate,
no.
oh, what are you
Yeah. I
doing?
mean, it's funny to me. Everybody knows he's going to do it, right?
Right?
He's in front of 13,000 people. What are the chances that AJ is not going to like
Yeah.
do it? Zero. That's what they are.
And that's actually the next link I have there. I just thought it was great that he zoomed in on his teammates'
Yeah.
reactions.
All right. This one here.
Yeah, Revan.
I'll try X one more time. Not feeling confident.
This is from Animal Talk.
Right.
This one doesn't have a picture, so I can just read it.
Hold on. Try this.
Okay.
Sending me like bum links, man. What's going on here? All
No, the
right.
links are fine.
Go ahead and read it.
The man does the splits when he wins. Get over it, Nebraska. You bought a Ferrari, but want him to act like a Honda. Not happening.
Yeah, no, I'm 100%. Like it, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like how the community reacts to AJ. It's just gonna happen, man. What are you gonna
Right.
do? All right, let's see this one. Copy.
You're doing impossible?
Yeah.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. So I do like how Penn State is just sort of leaning into their troll vibe, you know.
Right.
And so you got the Penn State Wrestling, Nittany Lion Wrestling Club fan. So obviously they're a fan, but they got
Yeah.
the blue check going. And it says, it's impossible not to like this guy, Penn State All American Braden Davis. So that's some pretty serious quality, like rage bait trolling from my perspective. I mean, it's not really deep, you know, but like uh, definitely was good stuff. I liked it. I thought like so it got 21,000 views, 42 responses.
Yeah, of course. He's the most likable guy on
Yeah,
Penn State.
right.
And
Absolutely.
he,
He's the most
he
likable
posted
guy
this.
since Carter Strachey.
Right. They posted this after he kicked Brock Hardy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Oh, of
So,
course.
but yeah,
Good stuff. All
well,
right.
they've been posting his press conferences and everything. Wait, I go down on my side all the way to Cradle just so people know like what we're
Oh,
even talking about.
cradled. Right.
This is from the wrestling room. Davis led Hardy before being stuck in a cradle. Gets mad at Hardy for cradling him, which is like pretty understated. Like what happened.
Yeah.
um, so for those of you who don't know, Braden Davis was winning this match at
Yeah.
one
Got the
point,
first couple takedowns.
and he shot in and just wanted to hold on to a leg to kill some time. And Brock Hardy is the exact wrong person to do that against.
Yeah.
Brock Hardy rolls him up, and he is stuck flat. And then
Yeah.
there's the kick. Oof.
I thought the flailing looked funny.
Yeah.
You're like so pinned, It's like nothing he could
Right.
do but just accept his fate, and it was like, oh.
And there
And
was plenty of debate online about if Brock Hardy taunted him by patting him.
right,
But he did taunt him. Is that kick too much? And yes, the kick is too much. But sometimes the overreaction has to be on the table to keep
yeah,
things honest.
I feel
Um,
like the one pat would have been okay, but the pat was a bit much. Like, so I, you know, you don't want to get like humiliated, like
right.
don't get stuck.
So go to the next link. It says defense. This is from Suriano's burner. I just thought this was like a funny reply to all of this. So this is what Kale's gonna have Davis doing at practice the next day.
Oh yeah, I love this. This was great. The cradle defense.
Uh,
Second to boot up here, man. I gotta go down
oof.
there. I gotta tell these hotel folks, man. I'm diamond, elite, mega, platinum, like whatever.
Yeah.
I get 1,000 points for walking in the door, and they give me this lame Wi-Fi. Not a good
Oh,
thing.
well, for anyone
Oh,
listening,
there it goes.
there's a
Here we go. Yeah, sorry.
there you
So
go.
there's a
He's got one of those rubber bands.
yeah, he's got a band around his ankle and like or around his leg and his neck, and he's flexing and stretching and like yeah, I thought that was hilarious. But
Oh, but the band snaps. That's why
was that?
the, vi- the
Yeah.
video is frozen, but the band does snap at the end.
Oh,
That's
oh,
how
does
strong
it?
the cradle.
I guess I
Yeah, of
didn't
course.
get that far. There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he did it. Nice.
um, okay.
Beautiful. All right. So, 13K, 10K. I'm only gonna do one of them since we're having a little bit of link issues here. But
Hmm.
um, so this is just a Penn State drew over 13,000. Okay, Bryce Jordan, super cool, and Oklahoma State had over 10,000 for their big duel against Iowa State. So as you mentioned earlier, go out there and attend a duel. Best value and best value in sports is live college wrestling. So, and I think that like this is the kind of like energy and the kind of excitement that you need to get on the Sports Center and to sort of promote the the sport from a broadcast standpoint. It's a lot more energy. It's a lot more fun when you get to film events. I mean, I don't know if you did you watch any of the Zagreb Open, where like the guy wins the match, the ref's walking him around, and you can't see one person in the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
every
that
seat is empty, and you're like, man, there was more like energy when
yeah.
Gino wrestled
Hope
off
you're at
against
first.
Mike Teague in the Oak Park Wrestling Room or something. You know what I mean? I mean, like, so anyway, yeah, get out there, watch a duel. So I don't know. How did you feel about this? The Landon Robidoux like hijacking Carter's walkout music.
Oh.
I don't think that's right,
First of
man.
all,
So
yeah,
Carter walked out
I
to the
don't think that
Halloween
he
theme song last for his fifth title, right?
right.
And then so Rabadoo, I think that's how I say it. I'm sure if I said it wrong. There's no feed on YouTube. Oh, dang it.
But he came out to the Mike Myers song, just
Mm,
like Star
uh,
last year, NCAA's.
yeah. All right. So we actually don't have a YouTube feed. So it started and then it stopped. So only on Twitter. Just
Okay.
FYI. So I'll get that posted as a recording. Thank you, Not a Wrestler. I was wondering why no one was in the chat. And then I'm like, oh. I, I disabled like Twitter chat so everyone would go to YouTube to chat, and then the YouTube stream died on us. But we have a chat stream. That's pretty weird. But okay. Cool. Thank you for that. Anyway, yeah. So Landon Rabadoo came out to Carter's. Well, I'm not going to call it Carter's, but the Jason uh, Halloween theme music for the last duel. And I don't feel like he's earned enough villain status, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, I
he's not
feel
even close.
right. I mean, Carter has a lot of people who don't like Carter.
Right.
And like, so for him to come out to that is like, was awesome. But I think you got to earn that a little
Also,
more.
yeah. Also, in that moment, Parker Keckheisen was like a really great wrestler who I don't know seemed like had more of like fans cheering for him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it was just a like pretty cold to come out to Mike Myers and then beat him.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is not, all right. Yeah, I think it was the hotel Wi-Fi. It wouldn't like YouTube didn't think it was a good enough connection, so I think it like purged us. And me having limited screens didn't like see that happen. But we're live
Perhaps
on
YouTube
X.
was.
We're live on X, and I'll get that. I'll get it uploaded to you. All right. Oh, upset alert. There we go, and then we'll get back to you. So I just think we talked about this the other day, but it is sort of funny, like um, the
Right.
rankings and the upset alert. So this was a post from the College Wrestling Report, which likes to post all of our upsets, except when they got hacked, I guess a week ago. But number 22, Brock Herman of Little Rock Wrestling over number 21, Josh Edmond of Missouri. Sudden victory 4-1. So
Yeah.
is that really an upset? I don't know. I just thought it was funny because we had talked about it
Yeah. Yeah.
before, but like, okay.
Well, there's definitely a part of the community that treats the rankings as the truth, and
Right.
that there was, as the results is like upsetting the truth of the rankings.
Right. All right. Where are we going? We're going back to Revan. We do that one yet?
um, yeah, we did Revan.
Okay.
You can go to
Bird?
let's
No.
skip reality. Just go to Bird. Bird is good.
Bird is the word.
Yeah, I just wanted to like put this post out there. So Lucas Bird got his banner lifted as a national champion for the Illini. Everybody's talking about 133 being the toughest weight, and everybody's talking about either Jesse Mendez or Mitchell Messenbrink for Hodge. And I'm like, well, wait a second. This
Right.
guy's undefeated, the defending national champ. If he wins the toughest weight, why is he not in the Hodge conversation?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the
Yeah.
distinguishing thing that they're making right now for Messenbrink over um or not Mess or Jesse over Messenbrink is strength of schedule, right? So the person whoever wins 133 is going to go through the toughest gauntlet, I would say,
Oh, for sure.
without a doubt. And so, right, why aren't we talking about him for Hodge?
All right.
That's
Let's go
fair.
one down.
Obviously,
No, DQ. DQ.
DQ. Okay.
This is like one people were talking about.
Oh yeah, right.
Levi
Forgot about
Hayes.
that. Levi.
Good guy, allegedly. I've
Yeah,
never met him.
I have not either.
Okay. So they're going out of bounds,
Right,
and people feel like this was intentional to shove him off the stage to get, I don't know. He was
right.
angry. He wanted a viral moment. Who knows what his
Getting his
thinking is.
head.
And the ref only called 1 point for unsportsmanlike conduct. And
Yeah,
Levi does eventually win this match.
but
And so
Minto had
people
some
were asking,
moments. Up 4-2.
yeah, yeah, he was winning. And so this is from Not a Wrestler. Should this have been a DQ?
Okay.
And it's one of those things that the more I watch it, the closer I got to yes.
Oh
When I
yeah.
first saw it, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it gets slowed down, and I'm not a Penn State fan, so
Right. I
there's that.
I do feel like there was a level of premeditation in this. You know,
Yeah,
like he put his hands
right.
on him and then didn't exactly do anything right away. And then, okay, I gotta like, I'm gonna do it. I'm here, right? So I
Right.
don't know. I don't. I think DQ. Like if he would have got hurt, I think he should have got DQ'd.
Oh, I
I,
mean, anytime there's non-sportsman and you can't
right.
continue, it is a DQ. So
Hmm.
that if that had happened, everyone would have said, "Oh, Minto is soft" or whatever.
Right.
So it's like you can't really. There's not a good outcome from this. But I wonder like if these platforms should have like better regulations. This isn't like putting your foot on the basketball floor. I mean, somebody could get really hurt falling
Right.
off that platform.
Remember when like Don Brandley ran like Wyatt Henderson off the platform at like
Yeah, yeah.
Olympic trial or something like, and you're like, because everybody's okay, it was like kind of funny, but like in reality, like it's
Yeah, what are we doing?
as more and more right, as more and more people have like these raised platforms, because it used to be like a big deal, like Michigan State would be like, we're our only raised platform in the Big Ten, and like now it's like everybody's on a raised platform, right? So the more raised platforms you have, the more opportunity you have for people to go flying off, and somebody will eventually get hurt, right? I mean, it's the probably inevitable. It will happen. All right, what do we got?
Um, yeah, how are we doing on time? Yeah, let's do opinion or no, obviously.
Obviously, okay. Oh, this
I just
is
thought this was funny. This is from Christian Piles, actually.
our guy,
Our guy.
long time listener.
Okay, from Christian Piles, I'll read it.
Okay.
Jack's usage will obviously be debated and discussed. I obviously have my perspective, but ultimately, the coaches and wrestlers have far more information than we do on the outside looking in. Either way, this is a great storyline for wrestling this year. I love watching Jax wrestle for the Cowboys. So this is in response to Jax. He actually hasn't officially done it yet, but it looks like he's going to compete in the postseason this year and not use a red shirt, which will cost him a year of eligibility.
Well, I mean,
I just
it will be a year of eligibility, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just thought that this line was kind of funny. Like that Christian Pyle says, I obviously have my perspective.
Right.
Because to me,
Yeah.
Christian Pyle, I was just like,
Well,
wait, really?
so the backstory on this is that like, Piles had always said like you should always put your best team on the mat. And then when Jack's like was talking about, they talked about Jack's coming to Oklahoma State after the first semester, and then he's like, "Oh, that would be a terrible idea because you might as well because you're not going to beat Penn State this year." So it's sort of like it was the exact opposite of what he always said. And then like, so that was his perspective though, that it's like you should give him a full season because like, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's like a silly argument. I mean, his argument of you should put your best team on the mat every year is a better argument. I mean, things happen. People get hurt. They get different interests. They like, I mean, there's all sorts of things that happen to people when they're in college and in athletics and things like that. And like, if he's ready to compete and he wants to compete, I mean, it's not like he's 17 years old. He's going to be like 20 this year. So put him out there. But I
Right.
think that's sort of like he sees it as there's been some value in his opinion, and he's given it a lot. So,
That and I don't know. To me, Piles is like the I'm rooting for a good match guy. Like
mm-hmm.
I I putting your best team on the mat is like kind of an opinion, except when it like actually becomes a hard decision, and then you're like, well, whatever.
Right.
So I just thought that was kind of like funny that I was like, wait, what is your perspective on this? Um,
He's been giving it for a while, but I mean, all right. What else you got?
let's just jump down to simplicity.
All right.
I loved this tweet. This is from Isaiah Martinez.
I'm
And he says, quote, my memory may fail me, but I didn't wrestle my first OT match until my redshirt sophomore year in the Big Tens. My opinion isn't relatable.
I
I just love
mean,
that. Have you
yeah,
considered just winning the match in the shortest amount of time?
right. Oh, and he would just like he would smash.
Yeah.
I mean, he was so fun to watch. Yeah. And what a great, I mean, it was like a great time for that weight too. I mean, Dylan Ness and all sorts of, you know, lots of fun wrestlers when Martinez was wrestling, for sure. There weren't a lot of like overtime guys back then. I mean, Chenzo, it just, yeah, just loaded with fun
Yeah.
wrestlers for sure. All right. Well, sorry that YouTube choked out on that. Luckily, we were able to jump in on X. Appreciate that, everyone. I didn't have X comments turned on because we were going to use YouTube, but I guess that kind of failed. That's, I don't know. I think it's a hotel issue, but
It's life on the road, man.
it is life on
Sorry.
the road. Um, Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Like and subscribe. We'll be back on Sunday Sudden Victory with a recap of Penn State, Michigan, and Stanford and Pitt
No, that's next Friday.
next
Penn
Friday.
Cornell.
Penn
Penn
Cornell.
Cornell.
All right. Absolutely. All right, Roy. Go ahead. Wait, hold on. Let me gotta move nice around. Okay. Now I'm ready for you to take us out.
All right. Don't forget, toe the line in everything you do.
Out.